Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hi, how are you? Nancy. But yeah, it's been a while since I posted a video. But today I'm gonna show you how I did my makeup in high school, which was like literally, I wouldn't say like almost a year ago, but like a few months ago because I just graduated on June of 2020. Yes. But yeah, so ever since then, like I started doing so I'm gonna do this side of like my how I did my makeup of high school, and then this side of the half how I do my makeup now. Yeah. Okay. Let's start off. So the first thing, I don't have like the very first thing that I used well, I don't have everything for the products that I have when I used in high school. So yeah, so I'm gonna make it work a little bit like there. But I used, like, ever since quarantine happened, like I was using this primer. It's the Studio Perfect NYX Cosmetics primer, and I got it from Amazon. Which I don't know, I don't remember how much it costed. So I already primed my face off camera before I started this video. And the other side, I'm using the Beauty Creations primer. I already put it on the side of my face. So next up is, next up is my brows. So I'm gonna do this side of my brows right here. And then this one, I'm just gonna leave it like that cause I remember that's why I did it. So yeah. So, Okay, so what I use for my brows and still use to this day is, I don't know what's this called, but I use this. And yeah, if you seen, like, it's basically just like a brow thing. I honestly don't know what it's called. So yeah. So what I did was just like draw on my brows first. Yeah. So when I did that, so what I do, like now, like is what I do is just draw them out from this side. And fun fact, I actually still make my brows dark, but not too thick as they were back then. Or should I say high school? Because, sweetie, when I tell you, when I did my brows in high school, I was like, they look perfect. No, they do not look perfect. And it's okay if if you mess up, like right here, like I messed up, like my brow. But like it's okay because I'm gonna like carve it out, or like whatever you call it, like cover it with foundation. And then, yeah. And yeah. Most people take time, well, most beauty gurus take times on their brows. Like, you would literally take them, like, almost an hour to do their brows. And it's like, what? Like, well, I wouldn't say maybe an hour. Well, maybe there is people that do. Like, maybe there's people that don't have brows at all, that it may take them, like, an hour because they have to make them identical. But there's people that when they do their brows, they take like 30 to 40 minutes to 20 minutes. And it's like, what? Like, no. Okay. Go. And what I also would do is take the James Charles palette, the mini one, and take this shade right here. I forgot what's it called, but yeah, use basically the dark brown, and then I would just like go and draw them again. And make them like just trace my brows how I did them, and then just color it in. And people be going like, your brows are so dark, like your brows are so thick, like do them smaller, this and that. And I'm like, well, first of all, like I don't have I have like brow hairs, but like when I'm drawing them, they're too thick. I'm like, what do you mean? Like that's how my natural brows kind of are. It's just when I draw them and color them, like they just look too dark. That's it. So I'll be like, excuse me? I'll be like, excuse-moi? Like, what the did you just say? No, I'm just kidding. But, let me see if I can, okay, there we go. So, as you can see, that's how I did my brow. That's how I do my brow today. Okay. So, we're gonna start off with foundation. Or should I do it? No, I'm gonna start with, yeah. Because how I did this side of my makeup is I put foundation on, and then concealer, and then that's when I started doing my brows. Yeah. So, the foundations that I first used was actually Wet n Wild. I mean, even though I don't have the foundation shade, this is not my foundation shade. It's a little like, I mean, it technically is, but the one that I used was like a little bit more like tan. Like, like if I got tan out on the beach a little bit. So, yeah. But this one's like a little lighter, so I'm like gonna mix it with the Morphe 2 Dixie and D'Amelio for foundation. Yeah, so I'm gonna mix these two together. I'm also gonna be using the Beauty Creations foundation because it was like the foundation that I used was a little like coverage, but not full coverage, you know. But it was like that. Oh shoot! I just put too much. We'll see how this goes. So I'm just gonna do that. Put it here, my lip, and then my forehead, because I have a big forehead. Yeah. And then we're gonna go with the Morphe 2 foundation. Where's it? Oh, here it is. And this is a liquid foundation. Like, I don't know if you can hear it. Well, I mean, like, I basically use it all. Yeah. So this is a light full coverage. This is like if you want to like make your skin smooth, like you don't want to look too um like like you just woke up and you look terrifying, but you want to have foundation, but you don't want to look too full coverage and this and that. Like this is the foundation. I think it's $17 to $16, which I know it's kind of expensive for this foundation, but it's Morphe, so. Oh no. You see, I just dropped it on my mirror. I don't know if you can see, but I just dropped it on my mirror right here. Which normally happens. Okay, I think that should be good. So, I used this foundation sponge, or beauty blender, whatever. And then I just blend it out. Like that. And yeah, I will cover like my brows just like this. Just like that. Like that. Even though it still looks light, cause like my foundation was like more, a little bit like orange when I was using my foundation. Like, cause I used the Laurel foundation, but like I threw that one away because I was like, oh, I now have new foundations like these ones, like the Beauty Creations. So that's why I was like, oh, I'm not gonna need that one. But I was like, you know what? I shouldn't have thrown that away. But now, what I do with my brows from here is that, like, from right here, like, instead of putting foundation on, I will actually start putting, start carving off my brows. Where's the foundation? Here it is. Like, I will put some on my face because, yeah. Like, that's how I do it right now. And I will just grab some of the foundation right there. And then just carve it out like that. Just like that. I'm gonna turn off the cameras and then I'll show you how I did it because I don't want you guys to be here for like 12 minutes. Well, it's already been 12 minutes, but like, I mean like an hour and then me just like going like this because I take so long to do my brows because I try to make them even and it's like so frustrating. But yeah. Okay guys, so I'm back. So, this is how I did my brows. Wait, let me do the reflection. Oh. Come on. The mirror. Okay. That is how I do my brows. And that's a nice, slick brow. Now it's time to blend the rest of the foundation that I have. But I'm going to use the Beauty Creations sponge. And by the way, I don't think I mentioned this before, but I think I did. I used the Beauty Creations foundation on this side. Like my today makeup routine. Now you're probably wondering, are you gonna put concealer? Of course I am. I'm like, of course I am. Who wouldn't? Now there's people that use like a very light concealer, and then there's people that use like not so light concealers, and it's like, it kind of bothers me a little bit because it's like, well, it's concealer because people use it to cover their under eyes. But then again, there's people like don't like using light concealers, so I'm like, I guess. But with me, I use a very light concealer. Now I don't have the concealer that I was using before when I was in when I was like didn't when I did my makeup before. Cause like I said, I was like, oh, I have new products now. Like I don't need this anymore. But then again, I'm like, what if I run out of that product? So I should have just kept it. I'm gonna put another layer of foundation. Like on this side, I wouldn't use that much foundation, but when I use my foundation today, I use like 2 layers, I think, of foundation. Like literally, I use like 2 layers of foundation, or 3, depending. Okay, and wait, hold on. Okay, and that's how it's done. Okay. Yep. So now it's time for no, actually, it's time to do concealer. So I don't have the concealer, but that I used before, but like the concealer that I used, like when I was in quarantine, is the Jeffree Star concealer, and this concealer is good. And y'all have, if you haven't seen my video, me doing the review with Jeffree Star's concealer and the setting powder, you should check it out. Okay. And the shade that I'm using is C13. And it's $22 for this concealer. Plus tax and shipping, I think, is like $26, $27, which is like ridiculous. But it's Jeffree Star, so yeah. So I will put concealer like right there. And that was it. Like, that's how I was just. And then how I do my concealer on today's like present makeup is, as since I don't have that much product on this, so that's why I was like, well, I need a new concealer, but I don't have any money, so I'm broke. So I use the light foundation, this lightest shade of foundation of Beauty Creations 3.0, and it's basically like a concealer because it's light. So I use like blobs of that, and then I will use this like this foundation sponge, and I would just blend it out like that. But I don't know if you can see it now, like my foundation is light now. Okay, so now we're gonna blend this concealer out from the Jeffree Star Cosmetics. Just like that. And now, so now it's time to my brows. Sorry, just like forgot what was I gonna do. I was like, what was I gonna say? But let me just say, when I did my brows in high school, compared to what I do now, like people say I still do my brows thick and dark, and I'm like, if you've seen pictures, like if you seen pictures, if you were in high school with me and you saw how my brows were in high school, mm-mm. Like even teachers, even some of the teachers will be like, "Oh my God, your brows look so good," and I'm like, "Thank you." And then, thinking about that back, I'm like, who the said that my brows were look good? Like I don't know if they were just like saying it to be nice, but I mean like you don't have to be like, "Oh my gosh, your brows look good." I'm like, I don't do it just to look like to look nice and this and that. Okay, this is not working. I would take so much product, like so much product. I don't know if you can see it right there, and I would like literally cover my brows like that. And I would try to make them even, but like it would get so frustrated because like I wouldn't like do how I do them now. But not only that, like I used to do my brows so thick. You know what? I'm gonna use this brush because that other brush. By the way, the brush that I'm using is M158. It's right there from Morphe. Like I will literally make them so thick, so dark, and so like big. Like you have no idea what was I going through. Like literally. You know, I'm gonna use some eyeshadow, like the eyeshadow that I use from here, because like this is not really making it like dark as I was like as I made them. Yeah, this is terrifying. Cause this like I can't believe I did my brows like this. Like literally I did my brows like this when I was in high school. Or should I say now? James Charles who? Me literally like James Charles who, like that's how thick bold my brows were in high school. I mean they probably weren't that thick, but they probably weren't like let me fix them because they're a little uneven. Even though I didn't do that, but I'm just gonna like fix this part of the bottom. Okay, let me blend this out. Ew, that's a weird noise. Do you guys hear that? Look. That's my eyeball. Which, it's weird because, like, it bothers me when I do that. It, like, when I go like this or something, like, it bothers me. It's, like, weird. But anyways, that's how I did my brows than I do them now. Yeah. So for setting powder, the setting powder that I use is like the wait, hold on. Is the air is this. It's the Airspun, whatever you want to call it. Um setting powder. And this is the setting powder that my mom gave me for my birthday because she was like you can take any makeup for free and this and that because she sold cosmetics, not like her own brand, but like sold like she know this lady that buys um cosmetics and then she gives them to my mom, like sells them, and then my mom will sell them to other people that want them, and my mom will like literally like take a whole giant cart, well, like car or something like that, like, and she would like take them on the bus, go to the north side or go to the south side, which is where she currently lives now, which I'm living here in the north side with my dad of Chicago, and let me tell you, that makeup cart is so heavy, like so heavy that she be taking tons of foundations, lipsticks, maybe concealers, I don't know, like brow pencils and brow things, some makeup brushes, some setting sprays, and it's like, girl, how do you do this? But yeah, it's like, wow, I can't believe it. So now I'm gonna put setting powder. So what I use to put my setting powder for here is that I use the foundation sponge and I would just dab it a little bit and I would just go under, oh shit, and go underneath my eye and my face and just put setting powder all around my face. And I would just like blend it out. Like no contour, no anything, because I still didn't know I still didn't know how to do contour because I was really bad at it. I'm still bad at it still to this day. But yeah, I couldn't even do contour when I was like doing my makeup. It was like so horrifying. I would put a lot of setting powder under here because like when I wore my glasses, it would like literally like take it. There. Okay, so now I'm gonna put some foundation, some setting powder right here. I would put like probably more setting powder on my forehead because like I had gym first period, and I would like put a lot because like when because I didn't want it to sweat, so if I was sweating, I would put a lot of setting powder on my face, like a lot, but mostly on my forehead because like I said, that's the part where I'll be like sweating. And that's how it's done. And now how I do my setting powder or whatever you want to call it, set my all my face now is, hold on, is that I don't use a beauty sponge. I made this setting powder mixed with like this, the Aspun, whatever you want to call it. I can't pronounce it right. With the Jeffree Star translucent powder setting powder. And that's what I use to set my face. Like, literally. Like, I'll literally set my face like this. Like that. Like, I would do this, and then just... Like, I got this puff thing from Amazon, and I would do this from now on. Put it in my eye. Well, my eyelids is what I'm trying to say. And then on my forehead. And then on the center right here. Like, I would literally put so much setting powder. And then what I do is, like, there will be setting powder everywhere. And then what I do is I just dust it off. Like, dust off. Like, just brush your haters off. As JoJo Siwa would say in her music video from Boomerang. Saying we're fake, yeah. No, we're not. Like, just brush it off. Brush it off. Brush it off. Brush it off. Just brush it off. Saying we're fake, yeah. No, we're not. And that's how I do my brows, my makeup, how from now and then. Yeah. The reason why I would put like so much setting powder on the side of my face, because like I said before, I sweat a lot. So yeah. So once I start saving up for some coin, I'm gonna get some Botox. Cause one, the wrinkles that I have, and two, for not sweating anymore. Which I'm sure everyone's gonna be in the comments, like, who's ever watching this video is gonna be like, no, don't do it, why, and this and that, blah, blah. And I'll be like, well, because first of all, I sweat a lot, and it ruins my makeup. And second of all, like, I have so much wrinkles on my face. Like, you see, like, look at my under eyes. I don't know if you can see my under eyes. But, like, you see? Like, I have wrinkles there, and then I have wrinkles on my forehead. Which I don't like, because it bothers me. So it's basically my insecurities of, like, what I have. So that's the first thing I'm probably gonna get.